Good afternoon from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Ross Johnston. We had a big trade in the NFL today as the Kansas City Chiefs sent all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams. The Chiefs will receive pick 29, a fifth-round pick, and a sixth-round pick in this year's draft, while also receiving a third-round pick for next year's draft. The Rams now hold one first-round pick at 13 from their trade with the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL also announced its 2026 opening Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, which will be played between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. Vanderbilt and Tennessee got back on the winning end last night as the Commodores held on to beat Ole Miss 89-86 in Oxford. Tyler Tanner led the way with 34 in that one, and Tennessee dominated South Carolina in Columbia 78-59 without Nate Ament, as J.P. Estrella and Felix Okpara led the way, putting up 22 and 20 points respectively. Tennessee and Vandy will match up on Saturday in Knoxville for the regular season finale. For all your foundation repair and your waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans of Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here at 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. Okay, so I don't know really where we want to start, but we were just having a discussion about Bobby Okereke. Right?
Okereke?
Did I get it?
Okereke.
Uncle Ricky?
Uncle Ricky or Okereke?
Okereke? What is it, Ross?
Something like, I thought it was
I didn't even know.
Okereke.
And Bobby
Okereke.
Carrot Cake.
Oh,
Carrot cake.
Getting released.
a carrot cake.
Carrot Cake getting released last night. We got Uncle Ricky, Carrot Cake. He's already got two built-in nicknames on this show.
Dang. I'm going to just call him OK.
Okay. Bobby OK got released last night and by the New York Giants. Obviously, some ties there with he came from the Colts, and Dave Berganzi coached him at the Colts at the linebacker coach position. Gus Bradley, I believe. Gus Bradley crossed paths with him too.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he did with the Colts.
Yeah, and obviously Brian Dable crossed paths with him. So, again, lots of connections.
All right, so is he middle or outside?
Well, that's the thing, is that yesterday we were kind of talking about Tremaine Edmonds and how him and Cedric Gray could coexist.
I think he is a little more flexible.
Yeah, but this one would say, Cedric Gray, you may be taking a back seat. Whoa. If that were to be a sign.
Look at Ross.
And again, not that we are advocating for this. We are just educating and informing.
I don't know.
Cedric Gray, not drafted by this regime.
Oh, no.
And I know that he had a crap ton of tackles, and he was one of the many reliable bright spots on this defense last year. Age is the big divider between the two. But I do think Bobby O is a better all-around player because, yes, Bobby O just turned 30.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Cedric Gray going into his third year. But that, to me, would be a linebacker type in Bobby O, because he's kind of strictly middle of the defense kind of guy.
Dang it.
That would say more about that signing would say more about their feelings of Cedric Gray and where he can go from here than maybe trading for Tremaine Edmonds or something like that. I think, how far can Cedric Gray raise his ceiling? That's the biggest question going in for Cedric Gray this year into his third year is, okay, you were great against the run. No denying that. You tackled everywhere. You are all over the map. But this defense, and you brought it up many times already too, needs pass coverage from its linebackers as well. You need to have a diverse portfolio as a linebacker in this kind of defense. Now, that doesn't mean that Robert Saleh doesn't know how to utilize Cedric Gray and utilize him within his scheme and kind of work around it. But if you're a coach, you don't always want to have to work around every player. So I do think there is obviously room to grow for Cedric Gray, but how quick can he get there? And that's the big question.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Maybe just because of the age gap, maybe they're just trying to go for younger players because he definitely knows the scheme and the system there with Bradley and Bergonzi, the linebacker coach. So, yeah, I think he's a better player, but you just don't know how high of a ceiling Cedric Gray has. And when I say that is, athletically, he's probably closer to his peak, but can he get better at pass coverage? And pass coverage means identifying coverages, starting to read players, how they like to run routes, and that's how you get better. Your athleticism and your speed's not going to get a whole lot faster.
In fact, it probably gets worse as the years go on.
Well, and he's still a young player, so it's really be his second year. But, I think he can get better, but how much better is a really good question. That's the only debate, really, because I would say OK is better than him, Okorike, right? So
they're saying OK.
Okorike. Oh,
so just Bobby okay.
Yeah, okay. Bobby okay. He's okay. It's one up for debate. It's really, I think, as much as a lot of people in the media have been all over this, I think it's scheme driven. Nothing against Cedric Gray. He's a real good player. But, you could say, oh, I was a real good player. And then you go, but he's a better player.
Well, and listen.
And that happens,
Same height.
That's okay.
They're the same height, almost same weight. Except for the big deciding factor, and we talked about this with Tremaine Edmonds yesterday.
The arm lift,
that arm length, 2 inches on each arm, and his hands are 10 inches as well. So, that guy's got the wingspan, got the kind of knowledge of how this defense kind of works. So, to me, this would be the guy that would be like, okay, you're signing this guy. What are we doing with Cedric Gray would be the next question. And listen, hopefully they just keep him and let him be rotational because you do need linebackers and injuries happen and everything. But also, what if you can get a good draft pick for him?
Well, I'm hoping you use this on F words, what I give you right here. And this is, since you use everything else, is that, when you're scouting players coming out of college, it's different than now you have a body of work of them in the National Football League playing in the league. And so when you look at them now, all the lengths and how fast you are and all that is thrown out the window now that you have a body of work. So if Cedric Gray is still better than Okereke, then it doesn't matter about the extra length and hands or vice versa.
Right.
Okay, so I think that's what it's going to come down to, and he knows the scheme and the system. Now, how much juice does he have left? He's 30. Most, linebackers go to like 32, 33. Where they're in their prime. Like, you can still say, he's not going to start ticking down.
Bobby Wagner, and who was the other linebacker that went?
Bobby Wagner's a Hall of Fame.
Exceptions to the rule. Famer, man. So, there was another guy that was really old that kept playing. But there's like two. That's two people.
London.
Yes, Fletcher London.
Yeah, he played for the Rams at that time. He was Commanders. He's bounced around a little
Fletcher,
bit. Yeah, he was a really good player. And guess what? He was undersized. He was only 5'10", give or take, a little bit there. So I think that is going to be the determining factor, not necessarily all those measurables. You use those measurables to give you, I guess, edges in scouting. But once now you're in the league, it really doesn't. It's just
tell of the tape.
Yeah, it's a tell of the tape. But once you get in the league, now we know what you are because we've seen you and how good you can be. They may think Cedric Gray can be a really good player. I don't know what they view him as. And then Okereke is kind of peaked, and we know what he is. And our team says we think this player could be better. So I don't think it's apples to oranges and apples to apples when you're talking about guys coming out of college to now guys who have a body of work. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, I would agree with that because it's kind of like the people who just recognize name alone. When you're talking about free agents or trade thing and all that kind of stuff. Well, let's go back and see what they are on tape. And just because you have a name that you may recognize, you may be a guy that's losing a step, right? If you're not watching closely that team, and listen, I don't expect everybody to watch all 32 teams as closely as you're watching the Tennessee Titans, but if you're not watching the tape very on these guys and you're just expecting, well, we're getting the guy from 2 seasons ago or we're getting that guy from 3 seasons ago. Well, it's not the same. Cedric Gray has kind of shown us that, he's got some size, he's got some athleticism, But is it any special trait out of those things? No, but he had that coming out of college, but it's enough to play NFL linebacker. Mm-hmm. And so it does come down to how they want to construct this defense and how they view Cedric Gray. Because, I mean, you're right. We could be having this conversation, obviously make all the connections you want with all the coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. But maybe they view Cedric Gray differently than other people. That's why they're in the room, right? That's why they spent time evaluating the roster and going through all this stuff over the last few weeks since they've gotten hired. Like, they may view Cedric Gray as something entirely different or a perfect fit for this defense when we don't know one way or the other.
Yeah. And, that goes into, are you making another hole to bring another play? That kind of goes in that window. And if it doesn't fit, then they say, hey, we got to axe it. If we like it, we'll keep moving, especially being a young player. And he shows signs of he could be a really good player. I love how he, reads and diagnoses. And I thought he was going to win a job based off of what I was seeing on tape in preseason. And when everybody was kind of talking about,
James Williams. Yeah,
no doubt. And not nothing to take away from Williams. I just felt like his communication skills said everything about this guy is a middle linebacker. He should be the starter. Just because not only that, his read reaction, that there is a whole nother level. Williams was just a tad later, and it could be because he hadn't played linebacker very long.
Yeah.
But I thought that's what gave me the edge. Williams, I thought, was the better athlete.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the better player.
No.
Not at that point in time anyway. And he probably got better and got hungrier too, especially after he saw what was going on out there.
Right.
What Cedric Gray was doing. He was like, hey, man, when he got his shot, boy, he was shooting it, man, every time. I was like, oh.
Because that was for months. The big discussion was, James Williams is going to be starting next to Cody Barton. And then I think you started saying it before the Atlanta game, but specifically that week at the Atlanta preseason, you were like, nah, it's Cedric.
Yeah, that guy, man. He was acting like a veteran out there.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he understood where everybody was supposed to be. He was directing other people, not just doing his job, which is what James Williams was doing.
Right.
It wasn't like he was doing bad. He was just doing his job. And I think, well, dang, man, if you got that kind of communication skills, wow, I think if there's some way, somehow, the coaches are going to trust you a little bit more than the other guy.
And listen, he earned that trust, and he did a phenomenal job.
Previous coaching staff, by the way.
Right, yeah. Different coaching staff, obviously. But, I do think that Cedric Gray, I was like, man, that jump he made for not having played a lot, just really on special teams and maybe one or two games his rookie season, the jump he made this year,
that was pretty impressive.
That was pretty impressied.
Yeah,
I have to give him credit for that. And so
he put in work.
The work.
Yeah, he was studying. He was ready to rock and roll. And, because he was, last year was more of a neck injury or shoulder injury or something, whatever it was. He only played a couple, games at the end of the season, and then he was on special team probably like 4 or 5 games. And he was running around trying to wreck shop, though. I could tell you that on special team. I was like, whoa, hey, man, that was borderline late right there. I was like, hey, that guy's got some killer instinct, that's for sure. So it all played itself out. So, coaching changes sometimes affect players a little bit differently, especially if the scheme's a lot different. I don't think this scheme is a lot different. I just think if he shows continually sideline to sideline, his read diagnosis are already there at a high level, and that's half the battle, especially a middle linebacker. He's a sharp guy. He's a quick thinker. I think when I say sideline to sideline, that means it's telling me how athletic he is. Can he make plays that normal middle linebackers don't make, but in this scheme, they do?
Yeah.
And all I keep thinking about it, and I know we're not going to have another Fred Warner, but, man, when you watch him, you go, dang, this dude is incredible. And I always forget where he went to school because I don't think he wasn't a first-round pick with BYU, but it was – every time I was like, dang, I've never seen this guy play. Where did he come from? I'm like, this guy is exceptional.
Well, think about Azeez Al-Shaair and he got paid because of that San Francisco, this scheme and all that kind of stuff.
He got paid because he played in the Titans scheme. What are you talking about? He got paid after he left here.
He did. That is true. He got paid after he left there. But, again, that's a guy that really wowed you with his ability to kind of go sideline to sideline. Dre Greenlaw's another one.
I didn't like his penalties. He was
his penalties penalties
getting
are
guys
terrible,
late.
but
yeah, he did, and I don't know, and he kept doing that with the Texans too. By the way,
Wasn't he their like Walter Payton Man of the Year or
I don't
something
know.
over there?
I don't know. I just know every time I watched him playing games, every now and
He
then
had a couple of dirty hits.
Yeah, he was hit
He had
late.
one against Cam in that first game, right? Wasn't it the first Texans game?
Here?
Yeah, where he hit him late in the
that's
head.
what reminded me. Yeah, he always was doing that, and I don't understand why a veteran player like that. It becomes like, no, this is intent.
Right
now, you are going beyond the line, and I think they fined him too and suspended him for some games last season.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about that Kansas City LA Rams trade. And does it mean anything for the Tennessee Titans? This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Everything come back to the Titans.
Cover 2, Blaine Bishop, Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. The LA Rams trade their 29th overall pick in the first round, their 5th round pick, their 6th round pick this year, and then a 3rd round pick next year for Trent McDuffie for the Kansas City Chiefs. So a big haul and for the Chiefs. Now, that is, the Rams still do have the 13th overall pick. So they traded their lower of the two for Trent McDuffie. Now, how can this affect the Tennessee Titans? Well, a lot of people will probably be quick to point out, well, the Chiefs have the MO to trade up. And sure, they have the ammo to trade up. If there's someone that they want to trade up for, they could trade up past the Titans. They could trade up to the Titans. We'll see. But really what I'm expecting now, well, what are the Chiefs going to do with Jalen Watson? Because we haven't really talked a lot about the cornerback position. Jalen Watson is a guy that they developed, a guy set to hit free agency when free agency starts. A guy that's projected anywhere from $12 mil to $16 mil per year. Well, now they don't have Trent McDuffie. Now they have a bunch of draft picks. And listen, Dave Merritt over there, their defensive backs coach, Steve Spagnuolo, have been tremendous at developing corners over there.
A friend of mine there, Spags.
Yeah, you know Spags.
Man, Spags are cool, man. He's my guy.
So are them trading away Trent McDuffie means that likely the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be in the corner market at the same time that you are going to be in the corner market for sure. And they have the inside track to maybe re-sign one of their young corners in Jalen Watson, who was a 7th-round pick that turned into a viable starter for them, and take a player potentially off the board that potentially the Tennessee Titans may have been interested in. So to me, that's the big discussion. Sure, I'm all for, we could maybe even talk about whether even trading back to 9 to pick up 29 and have 2 first-round picks is worth it. Because I think there's some people that don't think it's worth it to trade back because maybe you miss out.
9.
Yeah, 9. Man. So you miss out on potentially everybody that we've been talking about for the most part.
Basically, you're getting a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah. And so then you get the 20. Well, some people think you can get the 29th pick. But then again,
that's
Chiefs,
what I'm saying. That's kind of a,
essentially, I hear you.
He's still supposed to be a really good, player, but
it's kind of like you're getting a 2nd-round player with the 5th-year option, right? Like, I mean, you may get. So, like, to me, is going back to 9 worth it? And listen, I don't know if the Chiefs would trade up to 4 for Reuben Bain, David Bailey, Jeremiah Love. Or maybe even Caleb Downs, right? We have Sonny Styles. I mean, there's a lot of players that are probably that could help the Kansas City Chiefs right now. But at 9, you may even miss out on Carnell Tate at 9. And now he's the low end of all those guys I just named.
Dang. Oh, man. This is a tough one. I'm going to ask you this. What do you think this draft is made up of in the first round? How would you term it? You said it yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
It's not a lot of
blue chippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say there's a lot of...
you got a whole bunch of really good players. If you got 2, 9, and 29, you still getting 2 really good players.
Yeah.
If it's not a lot of blue chippers. Now, you could take that one blue chipper with that pick, or you could trade back and get 2 really good chippers. Right. So it's just about philosophy. So
you get more bodies in the bullpen.
Yeah, you can get you, let's say, a wide receiver and a pass rusher. You could get you, an elite linebacker, you can get multiple players. You can get 2, a cornerback.
You could maybe Mansour Delane falls to you down there.
Dang, man.
Which he's a really good corner.
That's a tough. Ooh, and remember I said maybe they're trying to sell this Love so they can get out that pick.
Yeah. And and listen, I know people will say it's crazy for the Chiefs or for any team to trade up for Jeremiah Love.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I personally don't think so either. But I know there are people that are going to say, you can't trade up for a running back. Well, you're the Kansas City Chiefs who already have Patrick Mahomes. You don't think Jeremiah Love and Patrick Mahomes can set some records?
They can do that, yes. But no doubt. And by the way, I just want to clarify, you are saying Love and I'm saying Sonny Styles.
You are.
Yeah, I want Sonny Styles. That means that they will not get him. So do not bet any money on that one. Rest assured of that. So I think I would do it. I would. It would intrigue me if I'm the GM. Just because what this draft is.
Yeah,
I could get two really quality players.
Because you should be able to get 2 starters out of that.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's important for this team to just have starters at this point. Because we don't know how free agency is going to go, where the winds blow, and who they actually sign and all that stuff. So if you can get 2 starters in this draft in the first round, I'm going to look across the way and be a little sad when Jeremiah Love gets Offensive Rookie of the Year and gets 2,000 yards eventually his career rushing, and I'm going to be a little sad when Sonny Styles is a first-year All-Pro.
I know.
I'll be sad.
We will be.
But we will have gotten for the Tennessee Titans 2 starters.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a scenario. Here's what could happen. I'm only going to give you those first 2 picks, and then I'm going to do something in free agency. So let's say you sign Alontae Taylor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you sign one of those pass rushers, Pay or Owe.
Okay.
Right?
I love it.
And then with your 9th pick, you take Tate. And with your 29th pick, you take, one of the cornerbacks, Hood.
Yeah.
So now you have solidified your cornerback spot. You got you a playmaker at receiver, maybe not a blue chipper, but you got a really good player, different style than the guys that's on your team too, by the way.
Yep.
And then you sign Wan'Dale Robinson. Right, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
we can pronounce that one on the show.
I barely. It's a tough one for me. And then, and so then that package looks a lot better because you've gotten quality players instead of one blue chip guy, a la Sonny Styles or Love or anybody of that ilk.
Depending on where you pick.
You could go any direction. Man.
Well, it's also really hard to say. I know that we can always say, well, next year's draft class is supposed to be even better than this year's draft class. That's how it is every year. Yeah. But the fact that there's only 3 blue chippers this year and there's probably going to be a big run on quarterbacks next year in the first round, you are likely to even be at position 15 or 16 in next year's draft and still be able to get maybe a blue chipper in next year's draft, depending on, where you're at. So I am kind of with you. The way you kind of laid it out is kind of how I feel like they should be approaching free agency to begin with, is that you just traded for Jermaine Johnson. That's a free agent move. We just can go ahead and just say.
You got Johnson, Femi. You draft
Kwity
one
Paye
and you
or
get
one of these guys.
Away. I mean, man, that's 4 quality guys, and you can put those dudes on a rotation like that with Big Jeff. Yeah. Oh my God.
And probably John Franklin Myers.
Right. So we already fixed our front.
I mean, right.
That's
what I'm saying.
Front 8.
It is
that quick.
To me, I'll be honest. It is so easy.
I'm waiting for my check. Titans. Give me a call. Yeah.
It is so easy to me that you can easily fix your defense fairly quickly. And when I say fix, I don't mean, well, you're a top 10 defense, you're going to get 50 sacks and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But when you're talking about looking at the 25th ranked defense that they were last year, well, now you should be in the top 15. And if you're in the top 15, I'm not saying use all your resources, but if you're using a large chunk of your resources in free agency on defense, that's where the value is. That's where the depth is. I mean, you got at least 4 or 5 starting cornerbacks hitting free agency. You got probably 10 edge players hitting free agency, defensive ends players.
Never happened.
And this never happens. And to me, the deepest class is the edge rusher class. Because you got all kinds of different edge guys you can get. Listen to these names that are hitting free agency. And I know these are names, but these are all players that can help the Tennessee Titans. Trey Hendrickson, Odafe Owe, Jalen Phillips, Khalil Mack, Chasen from the Patriots last year, Boy Mafe, Joey Bosa, Jadeveon Clowney, Kingsley Enagbare, Cam Jordan's hitting free agency, Von Miller's going to be free agency, Kwity Paye, Arnold Ebiketie, I mean, that's a long list of guys that
Mac
can.
too, right?
Huh?
Mac.
Khalil Mack, too.
Oh, yeah.
I may have just read over his name.
Okay, yeah.
But, yeah, Khalil Mack. Did I say Joey Bosa?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. But, like, you kind of look at that list and you're like, man, you already got Jermaine Johnson, which was on nobody's radar that they were going to get Jermaine Johnson. Now you get one of these guys, and you got Femi, you got Jalen Harrell, you have a draft pick maybe on day 3.
But I'm going to say this about some of the guys you say, and it's only a few of those guys.
Yeah.
They may not be in the picture because of what they're looking for. When I say looking for, they're looking for a shot to win a ring. They want to go to a winning team already built, and they're kind of the last piece. And they're
like
just
a Trey
be
Hendrickson.
Right.
Khalil Mack. A Joey Bosa probably would fit in that as well.
Yeah.
So you'd be looking at maybe the younger guys that are a little bit less proven.
Right.
But they are upgrades for you and yours, right? Like, to me, and then you go to cornerback and you're looking at Alontae Taylor, Jalen Watson, Tariq Woolen, Jamil Dean. I mean, if you Rasul Douglas, Nashawn Wright, you got a bunch of guys there as well. Now, some of those are nickels, and I don't know what their plan is with Marcus Harris, but right now you kind of need all kinds of corner. I mean, corner is probably the least attractive room on the roster right now. It's Marcus Harris.
And that's it?
I think that's it.
No.
Because Darrell Baker is a free agent, right?
Oh,
let me double check that.
I thought Baker Jr. is back. Oh, come on. He's got the look. He got the long arms. He's tall, rangy.
So, okay, here's who the cornerbacks they got on the roster. Obviously, L'Jarius Sneed won't be on the roster for long.
Whoa. We got to come back to that.
Yeah.
Why is he still on the team? I
don't understand it.
I can't help myself.
I don't know if maybe if they can't cut him because he hasn't passed a physical and he has to pass a physical at some point. They cut him. I think he's got some injury guarantees or something.
Well, that's just going to happen. Right,
Marcus, so that right now they have, and I'm looking at spotrac.com, and I've got it organized by positions.
Yeah, thanks, Ross.
They have L'Jarius Sneed, Marcus Harris, and they have Micah Robinson, who they as their corners.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy from Tulane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a nickel guy, but they played him on the outside. He did an okay job because he's a 5'11" guy, right?
Yeah.
He played pretty well in Jacksonville.
He looked all right.
The year.
Yeah, Ross said he's looking at it and he's checking it out. He's trying to help me out. I need help.
Let me just say, that's not good. So you need to get like an Alontae Taylor. You need to double dip in corner, in my opinion.
Man, that would be so awesome.
And then you just got to draft him.
Would you play Taylor in the slot outside? He plays both.
He plays both. You know that he is, over the last 4 seasons, it's him and Patrick Surtain are the only 2 corners to have 10-plus passes defended in each of the last 4 seasons. It's him, Rick Woolen, and Patrick Surtain. So 2 of those guys are hitting free agency. Are the only 3 players over the last 4 seasons to have 10 passes defended in each of those 4 seasons.
You see what you just did there?
Oh, what'd I do? Get you excited?
You put them in the same regard as Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I'm just reading the stat, but that is true. I'm just reading the stat.
See, I know, Caesar, so that shows you how a stat can mean so much. He's on a whole nother plane.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, those guys are really good. Don't get me wrong. But you just put them in the same.
No doubt. I don't mean to come off saying that, hey, these guys, you could go get yourself 2 Patrick Surtains in this free agency.
Because they wouldn't be free agents, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. So, yeah, I was just joking. But, man, those guys are really good players. I love Alontae Taylor coming out. I've said that before. I was like, oh, man, we get him. He's a dog. He can play inside, outside. He plays the game right. He has length. He has the look that they like. So even inside, and usually guys like that inside don't have that aggressive nature that he has. So I would say he's more of an inside, but he is more than capable outside. So, yeah, I think it would start there. Man, that would be pretty cool if they got him and Hood to Tennessee.
Man, talk about putting butts in the seats, I guess. You know,
it would, man. You hit him over the head twice right there. Yeah.
They can get Jawan Jennings too. Let's just get a bunch of UT players.
And I loved him, man.
Don't appease those people.
You don't want to those people.
I don't know how well he would do. I'd love to hear Dayball talk about like what he's looking for in receivers.
Yeah,
man, and see, because all I know is about the neighbors. I haven't paid attention. I know Hyde was there, and they didn't utilize him very much. I don't know if he got injured or what, but I know some other guys got injured, and I still didn't see him a lot out there. So, and then we saw Wendell, do well, the last 2 years. And then he really wasn't the coach the last year that he kind of really took off.
Yeah.
So, obviously he liked him, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. What does he like? And to me, it's always best to ask, what do you not like in a receiver or a position, instead of asking, what do you like? Because then that'll eliminate all the things that, you'll know. You'll know pretty quick. They know. Especially in his system and scheme, because it could be somebody who maybe is not as talented athletically, but is just a quick thinker and makes adjustments really quick in his route running and things of that nature. People don't realize is, I always talk about some receivers, they can't pick up the scheme. It's not that they don't understand what they're supposed to do. It's at the last minute when they go to a check and then now they're running a route and they realize, this is not the coverage that we were supposed to, and then you run another route. And then that's when you see a quarterback throw it straight to the DB because he goes, you were supposed to be right there, and where were you at? And you go, what is the quarterback doing? No, it was a receiver most of the time. They read the coverage wrong, and the dude ran the wrong route. Then now he, I ain't keeping this ball. I'm throwing it. And, so sometimes that happens. And then, you get yourself in a little bit of trouble, especially if that happens a lot. And you already, the coaches, question your ability to think fast and quick at the line of scrimmage immediately after the ball is snapped. Those things happen.
Yeah. This cornerback room is so interesting because I think this is probably, if edge is the deepest, I think this cornerback free agency class is the third deepest. Oh. Interior offensive linemen, centers, and guards all together would be number two on my list. It's probably a good year. It's probably a lot more slot corners in this draft. I mean, we're talking Alontae Taylor. He can play outside. We know he can. And maybe, with Robert Saleh and all the guys here, Tony Oden and all that, maybe they do view him as an outside capable guy. Like, we don't know how they view him.
Right.
And you look at a guy like Rick Woolen, who a lot of penalties. The Mike McDonald kind of soured on him over the course of the year. Now, he played a lot because of other injuries, but I know he got benched a few times. But maybe this system is a better fit for Rick Woolen in the fact that, Robert Saleh kind of wants his players to have that natural instinct and play a little free. Does not mean you can play sloppy, but play a little bit free. Like he wants the game sped up, and I think Rick Woolen would maybe fit that with his length too. Mm-hmm. But you got to be able to diagnose, and I just don't know where Rick Woolen falls on that scale. That's a hard thing to see.
That may be the issue of why you let him get out there. What do you think about this? I can't wait to hear it. Marcus Harris had a better PFF grade than Alontae Taylor. How do you take that?
I don't care about PFF grades. I will say this. I thought Marcus Harris played very well, but he is not Alontae Taylor.
Right. Let's get that in perspective.
I mean, and that's why I have a hard time when people say, like, Wan'Dale Robinson is so much better than Chimere Dike. Well, yeah, you're comparing a rookie to a fourth-year player.
Right.
And now you're trying to compare a rookie who maybe wasn't asked to do as much as like Alontae Taylor. He didn't play the entire year, too, right? Like, that's the other thing Alontae Taylor did.
That much.
So maybe he didn't get exposed that much. And listen, when Jalen Armour Davis is on and I hate to take a pot shot at Jalen Armour Davis.
He's a free agent.
But when Jalen Armour Davis is on the field and some of these other guys like Kamon Hall and all these guys, that's where you're going if you're the quarterback, right? Like, you're probably not going to Marcus Harris a lot.
Oh, man. It just shows that, the eyeball test, man, it is not even close, man.
Yeah, Alontae Taylor is a totally... And to me, they're also two kind of different
Watch
style
this.
of players as
if
well.
the Titans sign Alontae Taylor and they put him in the slot, I promise you Marcus Harris will be his backup.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, but his PFF grade is better.
Yeah.
And they go, but he's not a better player.
No.
Sorry.
All right, coming up next, we're going to continue talking about some cornerbacks, and we'll talk about where the strategy needs to go for the Tennessee Titans. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone. Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. You know, someone mentioned PFF grades.
They did.
Recently, and said that Marcus Harris had a higher PFF grade than Alontae Taylor, which is true, but that's overall defense. Coverage, Alontae Taylor's better.
What? Oh, no. Yeah.
By 0.3 points.
Oh,
but see, here's where I get lost in the.
Man, that ain't even right, man. Come on.
So here's where I get lost in the PFF grades of taking them seriously, okay? So Marcus Harris has a 68.4 grade overall. Alontae Taylor, 63.8. Both above average, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is that they're that close together, but they're very far apart in their tackling grades. 88 tackling grade for Marcus Harris and 63.5. So when you start adding up and averaging all the little things that make up the defensive grade, his defensive grade should be way higher than Alontae Taylor's. This is why the grades don't make sense to me.
Well, Alontae Taylor played many more snaps,
right,
too. I don't know. Yeah, I start questioning. I think it's just you got to go and watch the tape of the individual play. I think it was an offensive lineman. They gave a high grade, and I got this guy didn't play good at all. This is no way. Yeah. I went back and watched the guy gave up 3 sacks. I mean, in my mind, like he was responsible probably for 2 of them.
Kevin Zeitler is one of those. I think he played better, but I don't think his PFF grade matches the film because I think they miscredited and didn't understand the assignments on these offensive line players. I mean, I just don't think they did.
That's when I start questioning, like, ooh, I can't just lean into that. And that's, you use it as a barometer, but you go back and check, just to see if those numbers are realistic. Now, naturally, fans and everybody else not going to go do that. They don't have time for that. They don't have that much interest in it like that. But it just, take it with a grain of salt is what I would say.
Yeah. And listen, the NFL teams, they pay for something way more expensive for PFF, and they get a little bit more data and all that kind of stuff, film clips.
Sometimes they're right on point.
Sometimes it's on point. Yeah. They use PFF grades when they're doing all this stuff, but it's just one part of many parts of things that they use when they assess talent. It is not the be-all, end-all that I think the people that work for PFF and created PFF like to think it is. And you know me, I'm a big data guy.
Oh, no.
But I like to keep it real with the data nerds is that
it's
not the be-all, end-all. Yeah. And PFF grades just don't ever really jive with me. I don't. I don't really use them.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, like, Jeffrey Simmons had a 3-sack game, and he had like a 53 grade or something like that. And I'm just, it's something crazy like that. I don't think it was a 3-sack game.
What did they have for Trey Hendrickson? Since he only played, how many games?
What did he get to? I think he got to 12 games, or did he get to 7 games?
Well, I don't know. I felt like he didn't play very much. I don't remember.
Well, I know this. He only played 7 games.
Because I know a lot of fans like him, and I actually like him individually. I just don't know if that's a fit here. And when I'm talking about some of those veteran guys that you mentioned that probably wouldn't come here because they want to go to a team that's already built to make it to the playoffs and Super Bowl and all those things, is that that's why if you are going to get a guy like that, they're probably going to have to overpay for a guy like that, and then you don't get your bang for your buck, really, for those players that are veteran guys who are towards the end, and are looking to get a ring. That's what they're looking for at this point in time.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's their whole motivation. Now, you're getting paid, right? So you want to go somewhere where you have a shot of getting a Super Bowl ring because you probably only got 2 or 3 years left in you, and they could be determined. It could be your last right now. And if the Titans want to get a player like that, they're going to have to overpay, and I wouldn't do that. That's why I say they probably wouldn't come here.
Because he was trending to maybe miss out on 10 sacks. If he played the whole season.
I'd get him for 10 million. Yeah. He ain't taking that.
He ain't taking that. And he was only going to have 7 tackles for losses throughout the entire year. That's what he was trending towards. And it was one of his worst seasons. Yeah. And then he has a core muscle surgery because of hip and pelvis issues, and he's 31. And listen, I get it because we can go back a couple of years ago and see that he's 17.5 sack guy. He was 2 years in a row. You can imagine him being next to Jeffrey Simmons and on this defensive line and tearing it up. But again, you're going to have to overpay for him.
Yeah, see, that's why I say incentive, and that way he will get to his numbers that he can make. So if you play, you'll produce.
Yeah.
I believe that. So if you stay healthy, you'll get the numbers you're looking for. So don't even worry about it because, you're just that good of a player,
Right.
So if you stay healthy, if not, we can't pay you, 20-something million. We can't do it.
When the Tennessee Titans, to me, it feels like the Tennessee Titans have missed their Trey Hendrickson train.
Yeah. That was
Their window to get Trey Hendrickson was before he went to the Bengals. And instead, you guys signed Bud Dupree.
Oh.
You guys went Bud Dupree instead of going Trey Hendrickson. Now, Bud Dupree, 3-4, all that kind of stuff. You can say all you want about fit. But Trey Hendrickson was pretty dang good when he hit free agency. And Bud Dupree was injuries and all that kind of stuff.
Come off an ACL.
So I've seen this game. I've seen this movie play out for the Tennessee Titans.
I never agree with that signing.
Yeah,
I did. I'm like, oh no.
I've seen this movie play out for Tennessee Titans. Everybody's gonna be like, oh well, it's the first year. He's not going to hit double-digit sacks. And everybody's going to say, well, it's just he's a year removed from the core muscle surgery. So now next year, he'll be good. And that next year, he'll be 32. And that's when everybody's going to be – and then he's not going to hit it again. Then everybody's going to be mad at Mike Bergonzi for overpaying because you had to pay the bad team tax to get him. And everybody's going to be mad that he's here and want Mike Bergonzi fired. I've seen this movie before.
Oh, man. So you don't just stay away, stay away, stay away.
Yeah. I understand, don't be afraid to spend money on free agents, but you're going to have to majorly overpay for Trey Hendrickson, who's projected to already get top 10 money at his position, and then you're probably going to have to pay even more.
Man, busting diamond, man. You doing low blows here, man. Bud Dupree had more fights at Walgreens than impacted plays in the Titans. Stop that. Stop
Didn't Harold Landry have his best year with Bud Dupree next to him?
I think so.
Just saying.
They met at the quarterback. They were fighting over a sack.
Yeah, just saying. I understand why people and fans want Trey Hendrickson. Totally understand it. And I would not be really totally upset. I just am not trusting the Titans to have good luck. Remember trading for L'Jarius Sneed coming off an injury?
I told you I did not like that. I told you it was ding dong.
I'm just
Don't trade for no injured player.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are not dumb. That's rest assured of that.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we'll continue talking free agency. Take your phone call, 615-737-1045. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Well, naturally, I'm still on my weight loss train, and I need some help, and the help is coming from Edge Peptide Hormone Therapy, and they do things a little bit different. They make sure all the patients have extensive lab work and face-to-face conversations in office with your nurse practitioner to create a customized treatment plan tailored to your specific needs. They use only U.S.-based FDA-audited compounding pharmacies because knowing where your peptides come from always matters. So don't just be ordering online. Man, that is dangerous. And Edge walks you through the process and guiding your treatment, answering your questions, and supporting you along the way. You also get to enjoy access to the in-body scanner to track your weight loss and making sure you're maintaining that muscle mass that you have accumulated. As well as you get to lower your A1C, keeping your cravings in check, prioritizing protein, and having someone guide your journey from start to finish. So call the team at Edge Peptide for all your wellness questions at 615, of course, 724-1878. But if you don't remember the number, just go to edgepeptide.com. That's edgepeptide.com.
Hey, it's Zach Lyons, and you guys hear me nerd out about sports data every day. Well, now I'm going to nerd out for a second about my eyes. The procedure I had done with Dr. Horn at Vision for Life is called Contura LASIK. It's the most advanced form of LASIK available. It maps over 22,000 elevation points on your cornea to create a completely customized treatment plan. It's not one size fits all. It's built specifically for your eyes. Dr. Horn was the first surgeon in Middle Tennessee to offer it, and after my consultation, we agreed it was the best option for me. And the results? I'm seeing better than 20/20. It's honestly incredible. But what worked for me may be different for you. Whether you're 18 or 80, Dr. Horn has a vision correction procedure that's right for your eyes and your lifestyle. If you're tired of blurry vision or the hassle of glasses or contacts, schedule a consultation today and find out what's best for you. Call 615-436-2020 or visit visionforlife.com.
Good afternoon from the Circus Sports of the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Ross Johnston. We had a big trade in the NFL today as the Kansas City Chiefs sent All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams. The Chiefs will receive pick 29, a fifth-round pick, and a sixth-round pick in this year's draft, while also receiving a third-round pick for next year's draft. The Rams now hold onto one first-round pick at 13 from their trade with the Atlanta Falcons last year. The NFL also announced its 2026 opening Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, will be played between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. Vanderbilt and Tennessee got back on the winning end last night as the Commodores held on to beat Ole Miss 89-86 in Oxford. Tyler Tanner led the way with 34 in that one. Tennessee, on the other hand, dominated South Carolina in Columbia 78-59 without Nate Ament, as J.P. Estrella and Felix Okpara led the way, putting up 22 and 20 points respectively. Tennessee and Vandy will match up on Saturday in Knoxville for the regular season finale. For all your foundation repair and your waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news and wants on your home for the Titans of Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. I got a good idea from the chat just now.
You got a good idea.
The F&M Bank chat, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook Live, where you can interact with us. And this is Darquan Neal
Trust
in
PFF.
the chat, came up with it, Mr. PFF. He says, and this is a question for the listeners. and maybe we'll go around the room and we'll actually make our picks on Friday.
I'm not going to read it.
But who do you all think the first free agent signing will be for the Tennessee Titans?
Taylor.
But that is a good question. 615-737-1045. You can't include Jermaine Johnson in that because we already know that deal's done. But who do you think will be the first free agent signing for the Tennessee Titans? 615-737.
Taylor, I like him, man. I liked him coming out. I don't know.
I think it's
they
going
can put
to
him
be
inside or outside. I don't care, but I like him.
My prediction right now would be Wan'Dale Robinson will be the first announced.
Oh, you using the cheat code because everybody's rooming. You might as well just say they're going to sign.
Sometimes you just got to win a bet.
No, first of all, we get to eliminate Wan'Dale Robinson and the other guy.
John Franklin Myers.
That's what I was going to say.
We cannot say them.
I was going to say they might have JFM signed at like 12:02 a.m.
Already signed. Come on, man. That was not a buzz.
John Franklin Myers may already be signed right now.
Who said Vic Beasley? Stop this, man. Vic Beasley.
Jonathan Joseph.
Linderbaum. Oh, see, that's a good one.
I will say this. The first free agent signing a couple of years ago was Jamarco Jones and about sent me over the cliff on that one. Let's go to Bear in Springfield. Bear, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
My professor. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, that's my little thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. As far as free agents go, what y'all think about Isaiah Likely from Baltimore?
Is he a free agent?
You know what I'm saying?
No way.
So.
He is
I
trending.
So.
Yep, he's trending to be a free agent.
I liked him like this. I already know off the bat. I liked him come out of college. He went to Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
I watched him. He's a converted receiver. This guy is the real deal. And he got there and did it because he was a more pass receiver. Now, he's going to cost more than Chig. So if you want to be cost effective, I go with Chig. But we talking about a guy's borderline, probably close to a Pro Bowl type player athletically. Got to get him to block a little bit better. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like him?
I liked Isaiah.
You like Likely?
Likely. No, but I did like him coming out. I mean, blocking obviously was the biggest bugaboo on his whole resume, and I don't know.
They're gonna let him walk?
They're letting him walk.
Which is crazy.
I think that he's just wanting too much money, I guess.
They're committed to Andrews, huh?
I guess. I don't know. I maybe, listen, this is an entirely new team, too.
Oh, that's right. Right, Jesse.
So we don't know really what they're going to be looking for in all of these players that they got, but I just know that it's very likely that Likely hits free agency.
Yeah, I think Likely's a step up from Chick. No question about it.
I would agree with that.
Do you want to put more money into that position, and how much are you going to utilize that position? You can go talk to Dayball on how much they utilize the tight ends. Is it worth it?
I mean,
or not? I want to compare. He only got like 30 receptions.
Right. I know that Dawson Knox really came on the scene during right when Brian Daboll was there. He was part of the Buffalo Bills offense that when he got drafted, so he was heading that up.
Eagles.
And Dawson Knox was there, right? Like I'm kind of hoping that Dawson Knox gets cut by the Bills because I would kind of like Dawson Knox here with Gunnar Helm.
Fell to the wayside. He was a more all-around player, and then they went
with Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah,
and
who was
once
more
Daboll
receiving.
left, they went to Dalton Kincaid.
Yep.
So I do wonder. With Dawson Knox, he got split out wide a lot. 3 bunch wide receiver sets. He would be on the single side formation. Isaiah Likely and even Chig would be very, and Gunnar Helm would too, would be good in that role to be able to do that. I do like Likely more than Chig. How much am I willing to pay for that? I don't know.
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'd go with Chig probably if I'm trying to be cost effective because
Isaiah Likely is looking to pull in around $11.5 million per year.
What's Chig?
Chig is looking at around 9.7 mil. So it's really not that much big of a difference.
Oh.
If that's the average of 3 websites put together. Oh. So it's really not that much of a difference.
Ooh, man, I don't know. That may make me. How much did you may not know this, so get ready to type.
Okay.
How much did he use the tight ends table in his 4 years with the Giants or whatever?
Yeah, the Giants not a lot. I mean really not a lot. I've heard though.
But that's because he had elite receivers in his mind?
Yeah, so some combined scuttlebutt. I don't know if it's been said on from other people, so I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but
Oh, it's always best to name names, man.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or out sources or anything that I'm aware of. But I will say that apparently Daniel Bellinger, who is a tight end free agent that I've talked about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, the Giants aren't really keen on him last year, and they really like the room that they got now. But like you just said, or like you pointed out, when you have a slot wide receiver getting 140 targets the last 2 seasons, well, what's really going to the tight end?
Right.
And so that would tell you, in my mind, that, hey, Wan'Dale Robinson got 140 targets.
Dang.
The last 2 seasons. Each of the last 2 seasons.
280?
That means that either A, he just didn't like his tight end room and didn't want to get them involved and liked Wan'Dale better. Totally possible.
That is true.
Or B, he's not really big into using the tight ends unless they're a specific tight end. And really, if you're talking about Dawson Knox, Gunnar Helm's kind of Dawson Knox-ish.
Yeah. Younger one, yeah.
Yeah,
And
the younger version.
In 2024, Malik Neighbors also got 170 targets.
Yeah.
So that's 310 total for
Receivers.
See, but the elite receiver. Ooh.
Yeah.
And the jitterbug chain mover.
Rookie, though, at the time.
Oh, what pick was he? 5th or something?
5th, yep.
You better get the ball.
170.
Yeah, that is a lot, though. I'm with you. Golly. Watch this. Who was the highest targeted player on the Titans?
On the Titans, Ellick, I think, for the Titans last year?
How many?
He
missed a game or 2. I remember him standing next to me.
This is going to be a totally different offense, by the way. Like, we really have to start adjusting our thinking about it. I'm having a real hard time adjusting to it.
It's Ellick.
But it was Ellick at 89. I almost thought it was maybe Chig, because I knew Chig was high up there. He actually ended up with the second most targets, 79 targets, and it does not feel that way.
It did not.
But it was very spread around.
He did a lot with little then, to be honest.
Right. 89 targets for Ellick, 79 for Chig, 74 for DK. Gunnar Helm was 55. Van Jefferson for 52. Tajay Spears was 50. Tony Pollard, 41. Of course, Calvin Ridley was 36. But if you really look at those first 7 numbers, those first ones I read off, Cam did a pretty good job spreading the ball around.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to give him credit for that, for sure. But, yeah.
That's because they slow down on throwing the football and start running it.
12th most pass attempts in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans offense.
Yeah, oh, man, those numbers there. We need a number 1. Sorry.
Yeah.
170? Oh, my gosh. Dang. Jeez. Hey. Talent, man. He was like, hey, man, we get the ball to him. We got a shot of winning.
You can say that about Brian Dable. He feeds his guys.
Yeah, that's
To go back to last year for the New York Giants in 2025, Wan'Dale Robinson led the team with 140 targets. Okay, now Malik Neighbors had 35 targets in just 4 games. So we know that Malik Neighbors was trending that direction. When he went down after 4 games, Theo Johnson kind of became the next guy who is a tight end. He's a little bit more of an athletic type. Was he from Penn State, I think?
I don't know.
A couple of years ago, the year before Tyler Warren, if I'm not mistaken. And he ended up with 74 targets. So just think about that just real quick.
Tight end?
140 targets for Wan'Dale. Then number 2 was 74. Was Theo Johnson a tight end? But also Malik Neighbors was gone. Because their third leading receiver or targeted receiver was Darius Slayton.
Oh, yeah.
Malik Neighbors was 5th, finished the year. Okay, I just want to throw this out there. This is kind of crazy to think about.
Sound crazy.
Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterbu. Okay? They are your 5th and 6th most targeted players in this team. Malik Neighbors only played 4 games and comes in 5th on the team in last year in targets at 35.
Oh, my.
5th. That's kind of crazy. Of course, they, like we talked about, they were number 2 in rush attempts last year. They were 20th in pass attempts.
Where was Jalen Hyatt?
Was he even on the team? Jalen Hyatt got 14 targets through 8 games. He was active for 8 games. I don't know if he got injured. It just says he was active. Started 0 games.
Dang.
But he got 14 targets, caught 5 of his 14 targets for 35 yards.
Oh, well, you trying to leg whip him right there.
I'm just reading the stats.
That could have been thrown out of bounds. He couldn't catch him. I mean, come on. I didn't think he was going to be great, but I thought he'd be better than this.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't going to be like everybody was thinking.
Listen,
That's what he did to Alabama. I said, well, in the NFL, somebody's going to be standing in front of you.
I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah, I know, but somebody's going to be standing in front of you in the NFL. They weren't going to let you just free release and just run down like you're on a track.
But say we got Wan'Dale. Do you think he would have 140 targets here? Say he even stays healthy all season? Because I doubt it, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it too, but I mean, we're talking 2 straight seasons. 140 targets each.
Well, the team didn't change. I mean, that's besides Neighbors. And then he got injured.
And so his yardage went up. Now, here's what's interesting. So the first 3 seasons of Wan'Dale's career, just to put this all into perspective, his yards per reception went down each year. Then this year it jumped up all the way up to 11 yards per reception. Now, with Jackson Dart, they were able to do a little bit different style of offense than when they had Russell Wilson, Tommy DeVito, Daniel Jones playing up there. But I do think
Winston.
But I do think it's interesting that no matter what, these last 2 seasons, 140 targets, I mean, I know the quarterback chooses where to go with the ball, but there's plays obviously funneling to Wan'Dale Robinson.
Hey.
So maybe not 140, maybe it's 100 or 120, but I mean, are we really going to be upset if that's what it is?
What is his yak? Because that has to be his deal here, man. He's
4.3 yards after catch
making people
per
miss?
reception.
But is he making people miss?
I'll have to look at his missed tackle rate. I mean, that could be probably it.
Because guys like them are that short area quickness, and it's just undefinable, really, what they can bring to the table. You keep the chains moving, kind of like a tight end, but in a different way.
The last season where the Tennessee Titans targeted a wide receiver 140 or more times was what year do you think?
Nate Washington? No, Delaney Walker?
No.
D. Mace?
He wasn't a wide receiver.
Yeah, but he would be on this list, I'm sure, somewhere, because I think all tight ends are on.
Derek Mason?
That's
Drew
what
Bennett?
I was thinking.
You just named both of them. Both in 2004.
Oh, my.
Got over 140 targets, 144 for Drew Bennett. Derek Mason was 158. Kendall Wright and DeAndre Hopkins were 139 and 137, 2013 and 2023. Oh. And Delaney Walker, the most targets he received was 133 in 2015. So that's kind of crazy. 140 targets. Like the Tennessee Titans have not been. This is going to be an entirely new experience, I feel like, for us as watchers of the Tennessee Titans, that we haven't seen something like this in a long time.
Well, Derek Mason has the record at 158 for the Titans.
Yes, for the Tennessee Titans, not for the Titans and the Oilers. Haywood Jeffries would have it for everybody, 162.
Oh, really?
Back in 1991.
That was a running shoot.
Yeah, but Derek Mason and Drew Bennett, your top 5: Haywood Jeffries in 91, Mason in 2004, Bennett in 2004, Kendall Wright in 2013, and Haywood Jeffries in 92.
Which one of those had the most yardage?
The most yardage.
And average yards per catch. I mean,
the yards per reception would be Drew Bennett, then Derek Mason, then Haywood Jeffries, Kendall Wright, then Haywood Jeffries. Drew Bennett that year,
he was phenomenal.
Yards per reception, 15.6 yards per reception, 11 touchdowns. Kendall Wright, the year he had 139 targets, 2 touchdowns. And by the way, 140 targets for Wan'Dale Robinson last year, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, see the short guy, he's not a red zone.
Mm-hmm. I see that. There's always a little bit of a limitation or hesitancy I have with these wide receivers. And that's kind of
little ones.
Little ones. That's why we're going to talk about some wide receivers coming up next, and maybe why the Tennessee Titans should be focusing on defense. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
He's not taller than me.
Cover 2, Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. So,
wait, no, quick question. Time out, ref, time out. Are you taller than Wandale Robinson?
I may be the same height as Wandale Robinson.
He's listed 5'8". That means he's 5'7".
Well, then I'm listed at 5'9" on my driver's license.
That matter?
So
What's that matter? Why are you holding the button down? Your mic's on.
Look at me.
So why does his height matter?
Oh, no. I'm just asking because a lot of people on the chat was saying that.
See, you need to be interacting with the chat.
Yeah, man. What are you doing back? Quit knuckle juggling with Zach back over there, the other Zach.
The chat's off and on all the time. Like, I don't want to deal with it.
Okay,
He's up here trying to tease someone, too, at the same time, so you give him a little bit of grace.
So I do want to say this, because we were talking about wide receivers, and yesterday you had asked me, how well did Chimere DK do outside when he was lined up outside, and I was like, well, I don't really have a website that does that. So this morning, I'm playing around on NFL Plus, and they actually they've added.
So you had this all season.
Listen, I don't know if I've had it all season.
Disappointed.
Don't know if I've had it all season. But I was very surprised by how you can take down their data. You can do it like this, Blaine.
Oh.
Not only can you do, I've always seen them be able to do deep, intermediate, and short.
Right.
But now you can do wide alignment, slot alignment, tight alignment, backfield alignment, tight window throws, open throws,
press
outside
coverage?
the numbers, down the seams, between the hashes, press coverage, off coverage, blitz, play action, receiver in motion.
And the players have access to this type of stuff.
In-breaking routes, out-breaking routes, vertical routes, running back screen routes, wide receiver screen routes.
You already went too far for most of those players.
But, I just want to say this. In press coverage, here's how some of the Tennessee Titans guys did in creating separation when they were targeted on press coverage targets. 4.4 for Gunnar Helm yards of separation. The closest defender was 4.4 yards for Gunnar Helm. 4.2 for Chimere DK. 3.4 for Chig. 2.5 for Van Jefferson. 2.1 for Ellick. 1.9 for Ellick. 2.1 for Ridley. Lockett was 1.4, Bryce Oliver 1.1. But Ellick Manor, press coverage only got separation by 1.9 yards. So what would that tell you as a defender if you had access to this?
Oh, man, I'd be dominating. That's what it told me. I would have been dominating. Man, no, I'm knowing all that information. A lot of guys can't handle all that information. Yeah, I would have been able to just, that would have been, I might have started talking crap then. Yeah, I might have been like, you about to run this dig route right here?
Yeah.
I run it every time.
I'm just saying, I was actually super surprised Chimere DK was that high in separation on press coverage.
That's pretty good. So maybe he will play outside.
Well,
if he did, would you sign Stephon Diggs if he was available?
Do you want to play the news?
I didn't want to jump in. You were going.
No, that's good. I'm glad you did. But this is good because we're
Yeah.
talking about wide receivers.
Multiple sources have said that the Patriots will be releasing Stephon Diggs at the beginning of the new league year next week. So a new receiver on the board.
A new receiver on the board that has experience playing in whose system? With who as a coach?
Who's the OC?
Brian Dable.
Oh, no.
So the question, what's going on with Stephon Diggs
That's what I was gonna
off
ask.
the field?
Yeah.
Do you know the whole story or anything on that?
I do not. I thought he was supposed to go to court.
Yeah, I don't know what all's going on.
Yeah, he's
with
supposed
that.
to go to court. His court
Yeah.
date was supposed to be.
They postponed it,
Yeah, they
I
postponed
believe,
it
for the
to
end of the season.
I thought after the week after the Super Bowl or something.
But, interesting name out there. He helped, he obviously knows the system very well. He, got over 1,000 yards last year for the New England Patriots. I don't think he was anything flashy, but, he was a pretty good target for Drake May to have, a reliable target. So, yeah. I just thought that was pretty interesting, though, press coverage of Chimere DK and everything.
So he may be more suited, especially being that he's a returner too, that he's a rotational piece, and maybe they got Alec out there, and he kind of comes in and flows out on the outside based off of
and maybe
formation and inside.
Yeah, maybe they're like, hey, we'll cut Ridley. Save us some money. I'm just saying they may do that. Cut Ridley.
I don't see
save you
anything
some
about
cash.
Stephon Diggs. Who's reporting this?
This was Tom Pelissero, the one I pulled up.
Man, the internet's down over in here, man.
So per sources, this is from Jordan Schultz, because this will also tie into the next one. Per sources, the Patriots have been on the big names on the wide receiver free agent market next week and are believed to be prepared to spend big. Alec Pierce is among the names they've been eyeing. The trade market is also an option, a.k.a. A.J. Brown, for the Patriots. But the whole Alec Pierce saga, of course, is coming to a little bit more of a louder noise that maybe he's not going to be with the Colts. Now, the first clip that went around when he was on with Kay Adams on Wake Up with Kay Adams or wherever it's called. Up with Kay Adams. He said it was something to the effect of like, I feel like I've earned the right to test the market. Don't disagree with that, obviously. But he also says, my agent said that the Colts really said the Colts and them, the agent, will start working on stuff after they get stuff done with Daniel Jones. And he goes, that happened yesterday, so I expect we'll hear from them today. So they're still in active negotiations with Alec Pierce. And so I'm not really going to, buy into this hype that just because he said he's earned the right to test free agency he's testing free agency right now. He goes on Kay Adams' show, is kind of getting the feel for what the market is. All these agents and all these players, they all know what the market is for their particular player. They just came from the combine. You don't think that his agents talk to the Patriots?
What's it say he's going to get?
A lot of people think he's going to get upwards of $27 to $30 million a year.
Hey.
Listen, and I'll say this. Jamison Williams, who I think Alec Pierce is better than Jamison Williams of the Detroit Lions. He got paid $26.7 million per year just
every
recently.
Year it goes up. So
I don't think that Alec Pierce at 27 or 30, it sounds like a high number. I think it's a little too high for me personally. If I'm looking at it, I think I would rather have Wan'Dale at 15 to 18 mil than I would Alec Pierce at 27 to 30 mil. And that's just me.
You think Alec Pierce is better than
Wan'Dale?
No.
Oh.
Smith. Detroit.
Jamison Williams. Yeah. I think he is. I think he's a different kind of player. So I mean, I guess I like that he's a bigger body, isn't afraid to get his hands dirty, get physical, and all that kind of stuff. Less injury concerns than Jamison Williams has had at the start of his career. But I do think Jamison Williams is probably the better route runner, in my opinion. So it's just kind of like a flavor thing, like what you want out of your wide receivers. And I do think that Pierce would have a fit in this offense. I don't think it'd be that hard for him to find his role here.
Do you think Pierce is just a vertical threat? Because I don't know that they utilize him enough for me to really see that he's a polished route runner.
Yeah,
Titans, he beat him deep, but I didn't see anything
good contested catch guy.
Oh yeah,
but he is kind of like a jump ball guy
because he was Cincinnati. Right?
Yeah. I did too.
I loved him. I loved him.
And I do think he's capable of running a full route tree. But to your point, I don't think he's really been asked to showcase that.
Yeah,
and that's where it kind of, for me, is like
a little bit of doubt.
It's some doubt to it,
because you pay somebody that, he's got to be the go-to guy. He's the guy getting 100 targets.
Okay, so you guys, and I say you guys in general, Calvin Ridley still holds the record for the most free agent money earned by a wide receiver on the free agent market. Alec Pierce should break that. So
what's the number?
I think he was 23.2 or if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I got it right
here. Shouldn't that get broken every year or no?
Not every year. There's a prize free agent that hits the market. Now, it gets broken by guys getting extensions.
Well, you say prize. I mean,
he was the best wide receiver in the wide receiver class.
Like, man, this. Man, Alec Pierce is a really good player, but woo.
The largest contract ever signed by a free agent receiver was Calvin Ridley's 4-year, $92 million deal, $23 million per year with the Titans 2 years ago. I think Alec Pierce is going to blow right past that for sure.
I would pay him 25 based on how the market is, but man, you start talking about 27, 28, 30. Ooh, that is, and I think that's the issue with the Colts. I think they sit there and say, hey man, we love you, but man, 25 million is the mark. I mean, and then that's why he said, oh no, my agent says I can get 30. I mean, well, we shall see.
Because if there's a team like the Raiders that will probably be saying,
there's a team that's going to do it.
That will pay that money. So if it comes down to, do you want to go to Fernando Mendoza? But hey, if it's the Patriots and you're going to Drake May, that's a pretty good situation.
Who's the fastest receiver in the draft?
The fastest good receiver, just the fastest.
No,
okay.
Good receiver.
I would probably say Chris Brazzell.
Okay. So if the Colts say, guess what?
Just by pure 40 and talent.
And size, right. So we go, oh, okay, different style than Pierce, but we'll go with that guy, and then we'll let you walk. See?
I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of how the Tennessee Titans should view it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wan'Dale's a little bit different, and because he's going to come in cheaper.
Million.
Yeah, he's not $30 million. That's the first big difference. But he's also a guy familiar with the system, specialized role. You know you're going to get 140. Well, you're going to get a lot of targets his way, and he's going to produce in some form or fashion. Listen, Tennessee Titans need all the yardage they can get. He's a reliable guy as well as far as catching the ball, not a lot of drops. Mm-hmm. He has had a few seasons with some injury struggles, but I look at it and I go, okay, Wan'Dale, I get it, makes sense. Alec Pierce just kind of doesn't make sense to me. I mean, does he make Cam Ward's deep ball more accurate? You get what I'm saying? Like, he's a deep ball guy, right? Cam Ward loves going to the deep ball. Is that what you want Cam Ward to be focused in on, is going the deep ball, or do you want to develop the rest of his game?
Well, I think I would be making a decision based off of not just the deep ball, but do you believe that he is a multi-route tree runner? Because if you just start saying you're going to use him as a deep ball guy in the NFL, man, that just, it's not too many Randy Mosses running around out here now. So I definitely agree that he's a deep ball guy. That's his strength. But, hey, man, we got to use him more than that if we're going to come up with $30 million. So I would love to hear the plan. And is he on that scale of a Neighbors or, guys that's in their 4th, 5th year that can really change your offense? Is he that kind of guy? Does he bring that to the table?
You don't find number one wide receivers in free agency.
In the market. Typically, you don't.
You have to trade for those guys or you have to draft those guys.
Right. But now it's become where you're a really good player, and now when you get on the market, they say we go draft. Those guys are getting number one money now because of the way the salary cap is gone and everything else. So you kind of got to look at it that way, and he's another piece to the puzzle. I started seeing things about him because I loved him coming out, that he is more than just a deep ball guy, and they started utilizing that a little bit with the Colts more as the season went on, and it was the first time I actually saw that. So it's a close one here, man. If they can just
you're setting yourself up for another Calvin Ridley, right? Like, I mean, not just because of contract, but what I'm saying is that you're paying a guy,
kind of a 1B guy,
a 1B guy that maybe he's like, if you think there are so many wide receiver ones, maybe on some days he's a wide receiver one, but on most times you're a wide receiver two. And when you're paying that, I know that money is changing at a rapid pace and salaries and all that at the NFL, but you still got to be smart. Just because you have money doesn't mean you need to be spending money on just everybody. Mm-hmm. And for me, I kind of look at it and I go, with Alec Pierce, he'll never meet the expectations his contract sets.
Yeah. And he's
for any team in my mind.
Driven, and then he had other pieces to the puzzle with Downs and what's the other guy, number 11, Pittman Jr. I mean, and then the tight end.
You're right.
I mean, man, they weren't even paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Now you the guy. All eyeballs on you.
Because I don't know let's look this up real quick. I don't know how many targets he's had every year.
Sometimes I don't even feel like he was the focal point of their offense. Like, I do like their offense, though.
Yes, they do have a good, but it's a very kind of specific offense. It's not like this offense that the Tennessee Titans are running. But Alec Pierce has never had 100 targets, and he's never had over 47 receptions. But he's about to get the 47 receptions. The highest was this year, and he had 1,003 yards of 47 receptions because he averaged 21.3 yards per reception.
Dang.
Last year, he averaged 22.3 yards per reception. 2023, 16.1. 2022, 14.5. So that goes into what you've been talking about, is that he is a deep ball kind of guy.
Yeah.
And now you're going to ask him to come in and be the guy. Because if you're paying him at $30 million, he's the guy.
Oh, and I'll make sure we feed him.
You got to feed him. And listen, Daboll knows we know he can feed him. But what does he do with that? Like, we've never seen him be
That's a tough one. Because nobody knows.
dude.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You got to. Because he was a second-round pick?
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah. He was. That's a tough call there. I probably would leave that dynamite alone. But see, you're taking him away from an opponent. You know, you play twice a year.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a little intel too, and you get big playmaking ability at times.
Listen, I'm not going to be totally up. It's not like drafting a tackle at 4 this year. That would get me really upset.
No.
Alec Pierce
Ross even looked
being
up on
signed
that.
wouldn't get me really upset or anything. I would understand why they spent the money on a guy like Alec Pierce. But I would just make sure to reiterate almost every time we talk about Alec Pierce, I know he's getting paid $30 million, like a $30 million guy or whatever he may get paid. Don't expect that kind of production from him.
Yeah, I'd probably fall to my knees if that happened.
Yeah, there's not going to be. He ain't going to be a Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Jamar Chase kind of receiver.
All right, I know this is going to sound really, ding-dongery question, but how much better is he than Alec Manor? Let's say their games and size are about the same.
Yeah,
Alec Manor's not a deep ball guy, but
like
I mean, not as impressive with his speed. But is he just head over heels better? Or is he just a fragment better, just a little bit better because of his speed and because you think Alec is a poor man's body control, combative type catches. I mean, so he's a poor man's Alec Pierce. So do you bring him in so you can kind of see that? I mean, he's not the deep ball guy, but he does get deep.
Well, I'll say this. I think if you were to compare their rookie seasons.
Oh, that's what you're looking at? What's the stat say?
78 targets for Alec Pierce, 593 yards, 14.5 yards per reception, and 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
89 targets for Alec Manor, 515 yards, 12.6 yards per reception, and 4 touchdowns.
So they seem like this. What was that?
So yards per game, 32.2 for Alec, 37.1 for Alec Pierce. One was a 4th-round pick, one was a second-round pick, and they're pretty close. And you could do the same thing with Chimere DK and Wan'Dale Robinson, too. Don't get me wrong. You compare those rookie years, they're eerily similar, too. So I kind of look at it and I go, Alec is never going to be the deep speed, separator, contested catch guy, jump ball guy that Alec Pierce has turned into. But can he turn into a more of a complete wide receiver? I think you could. But again, is that how you want to approach the offseason? Cam Ward's second year, do you want to pin it on the hopes that someone turns into something or pin it on the hopes of what you've already seen in the NFL the last few years? Yeah. And I think that's where it kind of comes into play for these guys that Borgonzi's kind of got to win now.
Yeah. Oh, you think he's going to win now?
Oh, he can't do another 3-win season, I'll tell you that much.
Well, no. I'm expecting him to double that.
Yeah. He's got to at least double that, and what helps you double that is proven players that are good. Yeah. But you were supposed to be draft, develop, and retained, and it's a delicate balance between the words you have said and used and the actions that you're going to show this free agency. We'll talk more about Titans free agency, 615-737-1045. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 1045 The Zone.
It was once said, do all the good you can, by all means you can, in all ways you can, in all the places you can, at all times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. That's what founder Aaron Stokes did over a quarter century. Hey, folks, it's Blaine Bishop for Eurofix. And Eurofix repairs European vehicles at below dealer pricing. But what sets Eurofix apart isn't just price. It's the deep commitment to quality that keeps you off the tow truck. And Eurofix has clean, welcoming shops where you can actually sit down and even work on your laptop. Plus, you get a free 15-minute no-wrench inspection to share with what is going on all the time at Eurofix. And at Eurofix, you always get a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repair work performed. And rental cars are available with every appointment. 5 locations: Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro, Belmead, and Mount Juliet, and more to come. And all you have to do is just give them a call at 844-EUROFIX. That's right, 844-EUROFIX, or you can visit them online at myEurofix.com. That's myEurofix.com.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Door. 615-737-1045 is the number. I was terrible today about my eye drops.
What,
I'm gonna get yelled
didn't hit
at
your
tomorrow.
schedules?
I did not hit my schedules.
I heard your
I've been
alarm
getting
going off
distracted
over there.
here.
Yeah, it was Ross's fault. But yeah. We were just discussing that we will not be signing Stephon Diggs, so don't worry, everybody out there, Titans fan. I know he got released, but it's okay. We won't be signing him.
No, definitely will not be signing him.
He does not fit the profile. You know, they want good character guys. He's not nowhere near on that radar.
We've been talking about wide receivers, and it's like George Pickens, franchise tag. Mike Evans, Tennessee Titans aren't even sniffing around Mike Evans right now.
As much as, he's Hall of Fame. But,
Alec Pierce, Jawan Jennings, Rashid Shaheed, Wan'Dale Robinson seems to be the guy, at least that they're going to sign. Romeo Dobbs, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Naylor, Keenan Allen, Calvin Austin, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Tyquan Thornton, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, Kendrick Bourne.
Man, that does not sound good.
Gross.
So we're drafting 2 receivers again?
I mean, sign Wan'Dale Robinson. You could sign Kendrick Bourne as a body. You know, he ain't going to cost you much, maybe like $5 million or something like that. Like, sign him as a body. And like your Van Jefferson this year. Which Van Jefferson should actually be on that list, too. Oh. But so bring back Van Jefferson or bring back a Kendrick Bourne or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay? And then draft one. Because that's where you're going to find your wide receivers of the future are going to be in the draft. And that means, listen, trade back. You can get Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon if you want. KC Concepcion. Maybe Omar Cooper Jr.
Whoa. Concepcion is just like Wan'Dale.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you think?
Well, maybe they just want to collect a bunch of Z's and slot guys and just run them all around.
Oh, okay. Well, only they know their offense. I would just
but like you got Chris Brazzell, Denzel Boston. Those are guys that, they push Elikai Manor maybe a little bit down or at least provide him competition. But, I mean, this is probably going to be a team that spreads the ball out to pass. So there's probably a spot for 4 wide receivers to get a heavy workload. And Gunnar Helm, too. Can't forget about Gunnar Helm there.
So if you got Tate, Wan'Dale, and Alec, and DK, spelling all of them.
That's pretty good 4.
All over the place. Slot, outside, inside. And he's a returner. So I'm going to use him as the guy that's kind of more. And he can provide multiple roles. He could be a gadget guy. He could be a screen guy. He could be go down deep guy. Play on the X guy, play in the slot guy. So he can do multiple things as well as return. So
if you told me you traded back, you said you came from the future and you said, Zach, the Tennessee Titans traded back to 9.
Got Tate.
Got Carnell Tate, and our starting wide receivers day 1 are Carnell Tate, Wan'Dale Robinson, Chimere DK, and Elikai Manners rotating in at a heavy rate. And you got Gunnar Helm. I would be saying Cam Ward better have a damn good year.
But I switched it, though. You put Alec as the rotate. I said DK is the rotate. You think DK?
I think DK. But, like, I will say this. If that were to happen, I would be saying Cam Ward better have a damn good year. Ain't no excuses. That's a pretty good wide receiver room to have. And don't forget, Wan'Dale Robinson, this is only going to be his 5th season. He's 25 years old, so, he's a young guy that you're getting
I remember him in Kentucky,
there. So, I don't know. Like, that would be a pretty good reason to trade back if you were to get a trade back to get Carnell Tate. And listen, he may never turn into a number 1, but, there's way worse, I guess, coached players from schools. I mean, Brian Hartline has coached a lot of guys that you could do a whole lot worse than Carnell Tate.
Hey, man. Nobody thought JSN, he ran a 4.5, and look what he just tore up everybody.
Of course, he had that really fast 3-cone. But, like, when that whole 40-yard time for Jackson Smith and Jigba happened, and everybody started talking about it, I was like, you guys are crazy. Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best wide receiver in this class, and the Tennessee Titans should take him at 11. I was a big JSN guy at 11.
What about Bernard? I liked him, at least watching him. I didn't see his test. I don't know how well
he did pretty good at the 3-cone.
He did.
In the short shuttle.
But you were impressed. He was taller than you.
Yeah, I did not. I thought for sure, because, all these colleges like to pump up their heights and stuff.
Oh, man.
I thought for sure he was coming in at 5'11", and he came in at 6'1", right on the dot, and I was like, hey, good for Alabama. They're not liars like all these other schools.
Yeah, man. Hey, maybe my school should have lied. They thought I was lying. I wasn't lying. Man, but Bernard, he moves like a shark. I mean, like, man, so that,
He's got.
what if you get him with the second round? You think he'll be there?
Oh, yeah, I think he will be.
Okay.
Because I do think he does lack deep speed. So I think that will be a little bit hurt his draft stock a little bit. But yeah, I think he has a chance to be like an 800-yard guy. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was like
ran a 4.5
4 or 5 something. Yeah.
Oh.
Dang,
wow.
But I do think like he could carve out a nice career as like a 800-yard kind of guy, kind of career. Nothing ever flashy, maybe 4 touchdowns, but that's second. It's better to get a second-round wide receiver than a second-round edge player. I'll tell you that much.
Who would you compare? Like, if you had to say this receiver that played in the league now, DJ Moore? No,
he's not as physical as DJ Moore. Man, that's a good question. Let me marinate on that, and I'll bring you an answer tomorrow.
I don't think who he is.
Because I wanted to go because he's not Tyler Lockett. You know, like he's not. I got one in my head.
Debo? No, but he's not a runner like that.
I got one in my head, but I don't know if I'm really. I need to go refresh my memory on one thing. But I'll have that answer for you tomorrow. We'll talk more about the Titans free agency options and draft options as well. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone. 3HL's up next. And in the meantime.
And in between time.
Peace.
We're done.